Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Chalk Talk, and this one's not going to be pretty. Steelers lose to the Seahawks 31-17. It was uglier than that, ugly in just about every way. But one thing that really stood out to me, even as the game was unfolding, like live, this is before going back through, watching film, and man, it was even uglier doing that, but was just how the Seahawks gashed the Steelers' defense on third down. And so I wanted to go back and see what some of the problems were. The Seahawks finished the game 6 of 14 on third down, which I was surprised by that number. But there were some really, really key third downs that they converted that the Steelers just cannot allow. A 3rd and 6, very, very first one. We'll get to that in a second. 15-yard gain. 3rd and 10, 12-yard gain. 3rd and 12, 11-yard gain that gives the Seahawks an opportunity to convert 4th and 1. 3rd and 14, gain 13 yards. Same thing there. 3rd and 7, 6-yard run. 3rd and 4, 17-yard gain. 3rd and 1, 13-yard gain. 3rd and 9, 19-yard gain. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many instances, and some of those are like 3rd and 12, 3rd and 14. Like, you're allowing like way too many yards, even though, yes, you technically didn't allow them to convert a first down. You allowed them to put themselves in a position where if you're playing the Eagles and that happens, they're getting a first down because they're going to go tush push and get the first down on 4th and 1. So let's get into this, see what the problems are. And here we are right here. So we got one deep safety, so most likely cover 1, which I can tell you right now after watching this, it is cover 1. So this is man coverage right here. Got the one deep. When it comes to these other eligibles here in the middle, we're going to talk about like the tight ends and stuff. We're looking at like who's got who. And one thing I don't like here, and this is one instance in which I'm going to go ahead and say, like, I know some people really wanted the Steelers to blitz more in this game, and I did want them to blitz more. But blitz with a purpose. Blitz when it matters. This is 3rd and 6, and I'm okay with a blitz on 3rd and 6, but is there anything behind the blitz here whatsoever? No. Absolutely nothing behind the blitz. Nothing. And you've got 6 guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all blitzing. This is Cooper Kupp. He ends up, trailing out here just as a check down option. This tight end ends up coming out as an option here. So now you've got 5 eligibles that need covered, and, well, good luck recovering them. But even then, you got Jackson Smith and Jigba on, being covered by Jalen Ramsey. And Ramsey here plays the outside leverage, which most cornerbacks, if not all cornerbacks, when they are covering a receiver, they want to have outside leverage. Because where on the vast majority of the case, pretty much all the time, is a cornerback's help? Is it in this direction or is it in this direction? Most of the time, vast majority of the time, it is in this direction. That is where the help normally is. If you don't play outside leverage and this receiver, for whatever reason, runs like a corner route and you have inside leverage and you get beat over the top, is there anybody back here to help you out? Most of the time, no. And this, especially if that safety can't get back. So what you want is you want to have outside leverage to force where if that receiver does come to the inside here, you're at least not getting beat to this side. You're protecting where you don't have help, and you're sending a guy possibly to where you're supposed to have help. Well, as we saw here with this blitz, there's no help here in the middle at all. So, Smith and Jigba runs a quick little he's just running a basic here. He's running a dig. He gets to the inside. Ball comes out on time before the blitz can get there. And it's not like the blitz isn't interesting. TJ Watt's not just doing this thing where he's bending around the edge. You actually see TJ Watt stunt to the inside, and he's got a free run at Darnold. And if this is covered for another half a second, this is a sack. But because there's no help here in the middle, and of course you might say, oh, why doesn't this safety just come up and help out? Well, if he does, and that's taken away, and your pass rush doesn't get there, what if this guy goes over the top and scores a touchdown? Like, that's why this guy is back. That's why he is literally the last line of defense. Now, you can run cover 0. You can run a 0 blitz and have nobody back. But that's not what this is. This is cover 1. Now, the problem is, again, you have no help in the middle. So if you play outside leverage and he gets to the inside, which is exactly where he wants to go, you're going to allow a catch. And that's exactly what happens. So, next play here. Let's see. I'm trying to remember which exactly this one is. Either way, this is another conversion. Looks like it's 3rd and 10. Yeah, we got 3rd and 10 here. So, one deep safety again. Doesn't look like it's going to be. Yeah, this is man coverage. Across the board. We got literally man underneath here. That's man coverage. One deep. Cover 1. Rushing 5. Yep, you got a 5-man rush right there. That is a blitz. You are blitzing. Anybody, any more than 5 or any more than 4 is considered a blitz. So you are blitzing. But, Smith and Jigba just runs this quick little, skinny slant pretty much. And Ramsey is very, very far off. As a matter of fact, not in press, definitely not in press. Closest press coverage is right here. And that's just easy. You're not going to expect this guy to make a play because he's responsible for this guy. He's not looking at the quarterback. This guy right here is not looking at the quarterback. He's looking at his man. This is man coverage. Now, who's that player? Is that Chuck Clark? Yeah, that's Clark. So you got Clark in the middle, but he's not covering Smith and Jigba. This is Ramsey. This is Ramsey's guy. Now, are we going to sit here and blame Jalen Ramsey, or are we going to blame the scheme here? For me, I look at this and I'm like, you already got beat cover 1 on 3rd down already. This is now the second time, and this is 3rd and 10. Also, it's 3rd and 10. Why, oh why, are you in man coverage? Why are you not in, say, cover 4? Which the Steelers used quite a bit of in this game. Why are you not in cover 4? Cover 4 takes away all deep passes. Plus, with the pattern reads that the safeties have in cover 4, they can step up and help clog up the middle if those are underneath routes, because it's match. Or if you play match quarters, there's obviously different variations of cover 4. I'm just saying that's one potential. Why are we in cover 1 here? Why is this the option here? Especially if you are going to play man coverage with a blitz and hoping that your blitz is the one that gets home. Why are you playing so far off? Why is the coverage so far off? It's literally just allowing Darnold to catch, back foot hits, this guy's open, I've got a window, hit him in stride, before the guy who's even covering him has a chance to get there. I don't get this. I don't get it. At all. All right, so this one, I actually was in the locker room today, and I wanted to get verification, and I approached 2 different players. Now, when we are in the locker room on Mondays, this is actually before the players are doing, going through the actual film review. Like, when we talk to players, what happened yesterday, they're like, we're about to go do the film review on the game. So we haven't even talked with the guys, but I still approached 2 players. I'm not going to say who because, respecting anonymous stuff. But 2 players I talked with about this. This was man coverage for sure. They didn't remember the exact call, but this is definitely man coverage. So you have Horton here. He moves in motion right here, and he becomes the number 2. Now, Eccles is right here. He's on this guy. Ramsey is on Horton. Okay? And you can see whenever, Ramsey moves along with him. So Ramsey is playing. Again, this is off, but it is man. Now, this looks like too high, right? You have one safety here, one safety here. This looks like too high. So cover 2 man? Probably not. What I'm actually thinking, there are only so many different ways to play man coverage. This isn't cover 4 because, first off, Peyton Wilson's not playing a deep quarter. So this is not cover 4. It's not cover 6. It's either cover 1 or it's cover 2 man. And based off of the safety's position here, I want to say, I am guessing at this one. I'm not guessing at the fact that this is man coverage, but I am guessing because even the players couldn't recall at the time, and take that for what it is, what the call was. Now, again, there's like 60-plus plays. They're not going to remember each individual play. But if this is cover 1 robber, which cover 1 robber means you have 2 high, and one goes deep and ends up being your 1 deep safety, and another one comes down underneath and robs the middle of the field, right? That is cover 1 robber. You're trying to sell cover 2, but it's really cover 1, and then this 1 safety crashes down and takes away the middle of the field, literally robs the middle of the field. If that's what this is, then Thornhill needs to be way down here in the middle of the field taking that away. Because Ramsey's also playing this really far off, almost as if he's expecting there to be help on the inside. Again, I'm guessing at that. I'm not saying this is exactly what it is. The only thing that I knew, because when I first saw this and I saw 2 deep over here and 1 deep here, I'm thinking, is this possibly 4 over here and 2 over here, which would be cover 6? That's what I was thinking, possibly. But then when you're seeing, no, like Eccles is definitely chasing his guy, Wilson's chasing his guy, like, no, this is definitely man coverage, and the players, again, confirmed it for me. No, this is definitely man, but they don't remember what the exact call was. But I'm just wondering, what is this safety doing? Is this literally just Thornhill, like, doing nothing? Or is this, like, how it's designed? That's a legitimate question. Like, that is, like, that is my legitimate. If this is cover 1 robber, he needs to be further down. That's terrible. He needs to be further down here. Like, in that robbing the middle of the field. If it's not that, and this is some sort of weird cover 2, there's still nobody in the middle of the field. And you've already gotten gashed in this a couple of times over the middle of the field, and there's still nobody in the middle of the field. And it's, again, this is what, 3rd and 12, and it's 11 yards. Which gets it to, I mean, they're in field goal range at that point. At that point, they might as well just go for it. Why is there nobody in the middle of the field? I don't get it. Anyway, so here we have 2 deep. No question about that. This is 2 deep. And we are really, really pressing here. I mean, we're playing up. So this right here, to me, looks like cover 2 man. And you got Patrick Queen there on 18. I believe 18 is the tight end. Arroyo, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, this is definitely man coverage across the board. You've got this man coverage. Peyton Wilson ends up running with that tight end. Queen comes over here. He's responsible for Arroyo. So this is definitely cover 2 man because you got 2 deep back here, which means they are splitting the deep half of the field. They're splitting the deep part of the field in half. This safety will have over here. This safety will have over here. And that's what it is. So we got a 4-man rush. And somehow yet, we still have nobody here in the middle. Now, you could have it where instead of having 5-on-5 pretty much in terms of coverage, you have one guy drop here in the middle. But nope, that's not what they're doing. And then you have, even whenever Ramsey is playing up on press, you have a really, really great play design here in which the tight end here acts as a pick for Ramsey. He's running this route with an outside release, hoping that whenever this guy runs his quick little in, that he can pick or at least rub or get in the way of this cornerback being able to stay with him. And that is a little bit of what happens. There's no real contact made. But again, Ramsey's got outside leverage. He's coming across the middle. Again, like the play design there. Ball's able to come out easy because there's nobody in the middle to take it away. And Cooper Kupp ends up getting, 17 yards. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I don't get it. All right. So this play right here, this is near the end of the game, or closer to the end of the game. The Steelers are showing something a little different up here, and Sam Darnold here absolutely recognizes it. First off, you got T.J. Watt over on the other side. So, yes, they did move T.J. around. You got a single mug over here with Queen right there in the B gap. And then you are loaded over on this side. So you've definitely got something interesting here going up. And interesting is so welcome with the way this defense looks, because there's so much that's not interesting. There's so much just cover one, we're going to beat you with man coverage. Screw having any kind of support in the middle of the field, we're just going to beat you. That's what it looks like. I could be very, very wrong, but I'm just saying that's what it looks like. And teams are taking advantage of it because look at the yards gained on third down. These are critical possession downs, the weighty downs. Mike Tomlin always puts so much emphasis on the weighty downs, yet there are so many holes in the defense on weighty downs. Anyway, so Sam Darnold, he's like, hey, snap the ball. We're running out of time. And Queen ends up getting a free run at Darnold, and he misses on that. And I talked with Queen after the game, and he lamented this for sure. And a lot of people are going to hate on Queen for this. Whatever. I'm not going to try to convince you. People have their minds made up on Queen, and that's fine. Whatever. My biggest issue with this play is that you've got 18 here, Arroyo running. You got Cooper Kupp here running. And Cooper Kupp kind of runs this little stop to the middle. And Arroyo is kind of doing something similar. So you got kind of this, switch release type thing, and they're both kind of running there. Why in the blue blazes do we have 1, 2, 3 Steelers on Cooper Kupp past his prime and Arroyo? Now, you got safety help over the top with Smith and Jigba. Okay, cool with that. Fine with that. But why do we have 3 guys over here covering 2 guys when Peyton Wilson is blitzing and then tries to blitz, and then this tight end ends up leaking out with nobody over here to stop it? So, yeah, you can hate on Patrick Queen for not getting to the quarterback on a blitz. But why in the heck is this so broken behind him? There are a lot of issues with this defense. I don't think it's as much being busted coverages as it is, and this is just my opinion, and you can take it or leave it. Everybody who works in the NFL is way more qualified to do their job than for me to come in and think that I could be some sort of coach. So I'm really trying to not speak out of pocket here. But from what I'm seeing and the way teams are exploiting them, this system, these schematics are just, what's the best way to put it? They're just not inspiring at all. And a lot of the time, again, Steelers are third in the NFL right now with a 41% blitz rate. Doesn't matter if you don't have things covered up behind it. You can blitz until you're blue in the face. Does not matter if you don't cover behind it. And why aren't they covering behind it? They have players. They have players. A lot of people, well, maybe they're old. No, it looks like just this sucks. And unfortunately, the NFL is just way too complicated. It's just way too complicated to think that you could just line up and play man coverage across the board and just think, yeah, we're going to be able to lock them down every time. There are too many good players, and there are too many good offensive minds in the game that know how to scheme their guys open. This is not going to be the only time this defense gives this stuff up. When they go up against some really great offensive minds or some really good receivers, these guys are not going to be able to lock it down all the time, and those quarterbacks are going to find ways to get the ball out quickly, just like Sam Darnold did on a lot of these plays where the pass rush does not have a chance. So, this is bad. Really, really, really bad. Anyway, that's enough for this one. Sorry if it sounded so bad, but the tape was bad. So, catch you guys on the flippity flip. We will see you later.